Good afternoon. We have now entered the holiday season, which is a unique experience for Jehovah's or former Jehovah's Witnesses. We have a different perspective on this time of year. Being raised in a group that was revolving around an us versus them mentality, we use this time of year to reinforce the sense that there was special purity in our group, that our social circle and family, who were all members of that group, were better than society at large. Because unlike them, we had come to realize that these holidays have a pre-Christian origin, or had pagan origins, as we liked to say. And of course that meant that they were evil. And the only way we had to mark the passage of time throughout the year was essentially indoctrination sessions of various size. So we had the memorial, which was really the only type of ceremony that we had, and there was barely any of it even there. And then we had our assemblies, our conventions, which basically amounted to sitting in a large group of people, having doctrine fed to us in a repetitious way, and a repetition of what it means to be a good Jehovah's Witness. That's all we had. Now, I left the organization in September of 2014. And when we leave, we lose not only our social circle and in most cases our family, we also lose our only tradition, the only traditions we've ever had. So when I left in September of 2014, I decided to go headlong into observing the traditions of the society I'm now a part of, which means that Halloween was the first one for me. I went to a small Halloween barn dance. Early November I had my birthday, first one I ever celebrated. Late November we had Thanksgiving, and of course in December we had Christmas. And I also went to a solstice celebration. And frankly, it was a little strange at first. But I've had 15 months now on the outside to research and read and think about things in a way that I never had the opportunity to do, in the first 36 years of my life. And I'm fascinated by comparative religion studies. You can look at the way religions and cultures have developed over the thousands of years that modern humans have existed, and you can see how, much like languages, cultures have influenced other cultures, and religions have led to the formation of other religions, and they influence each other. None of these religions, including Christianity, was formed in a vacuum. In addition to the influence from one to the other, I think many of these cultures and religious experiences speak to certain core aspects of the human experience. A major example of that being the reverence, appreciation, even worship of the sun. We all depend on the sun for life. Even the earliest humans understood how important the sun was, that our heat, our light comes from the sun, but also without the sun things don't grow. And if things don't grow, we don't survive. So literally, the sun gives us life. You don't need to understand photosynthesis, you don't need to understand what a solar system is to recognize that that big ball of light in the sun is extremely important. So when we would enter into this darkest time of the year, and the days would start getting longer, that was an exciting time, and it was reason to celebrate and to have ceremony and be appreciative. And we can still see this in cultures around the world today. But just looking at history, I'll give you a few examples of winter solstice related celebrations from around the world. The Hopi Indians had Soyao, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. The Persian culture had Yalda. Rome, the Roman Empire had Saturnalia, which of course the Watchtower is quite fond of talking about. China had Dongji, and the Germanic, Scandinavian countries had Yule. And when we look at the holiday that's most popular around this time of year now, in fact, we can see that all the traditions associated with it do have roots in these older observances. So what does the holiday this time of year mean to me now? Well, there's no more us versus them. You know, when I look at the lights this time of year, or the decorations, when I can participate in a gift exchange, when I hear the various seasons' greetings, rather than thinking any type of thoughts of me being superior, I now feel tied to a greater history. It makes me feel tied to a global civilization that reaches back throughout all time. There is no us versus them. There's only us. We all live under the same sun. Depending on your worldview, we are either all one species or we are all children of God. We are all one global family. So let go of any guilt associated with this time of year and sharing in your local traditions. It just shows that you are a member of the human race and no longer tied to a group that is fundamentally bigoted. You can contribute to the happiness of your community, your families, and your new friends, your new social circle. So, happy holidays, happy solstice, Merry Christmas, whatever feels right to you, whatever feels good for you, and whatever makes you feel connected to other people. Thanks for watching.